to Sunup on 7. Mariah Carey has officially defrosted. She's out and she's ready, and we're super, super excited. My name is Renata Samos-Cad.
And I'm Courtney Menzies.
And guys, people are asking for, literally yesterday at church, people are saying, we didn't have beef tomorrow. We didn't have beef. I'm like, I don't know. And then, boops, we got the message, beef.
Hot, steaming, sizzling beef.
With a little extra, a little something, some gravy is running. I don't even know how I get cooked at this point because, yeah, the topics are hot. So definitely stay tuned for that. But what else do we have up our sleeve, Courts?
We have the leader of the opposition and the brand new party leader of the UDP here on our couch. She was just endorsed yesterday, and today we will be talking to her more about her plan for the party moving forward.
First time in history too as well, so it's really a great celebration to be able to have her on the couch and seeing where her vision goes, what's going on with the party, all that and so much more. You know how this works. Put your comments in the comment section, make it live, interactive, fun, and usual and respectful, of course. All right, let's go.
Seek the answer that's worth looking for today. Just in time,
and he's here to talk to us
the
about
writing appears on the
show that we're on right now. Tell me.
and I were the first ones to see.
And we're going to be talking about the hot shush that has been
The
happening
world
over
that
the
we
weekend.
see
So
may seem that will never change. They say,
White people
but if you tear down the wall that's blinding us all, you see the way today. A place to call your home, a place where you can go. Stand by me and we'll take flight.
Hello there. I know you're waiting for the beef, but you must wait a little bit longer because we have to see how the weather is set up. The chill, the frill, whatever's going on out there. Stay tuned to that, courtesy of the Belize Met Service, and of course the traffic, courtesy of Smart.
Good morning. A light and variable airflow will support mainly fair weather conditions over the area. The 24-hour forecast is full sunny skies with a few cloudy spells this morning with only isolated showers. Partly cloudy to clear skies tonight is expected with little to no rainfall. High temperatures today will be 84 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 86 inland and 76 up in the hills. Low temperatures tonight will be 74 degrees Fahrenheit along coastal areas, 69 inland and 64 up in the mountains. The winds will be light and variable and the sea conditions will be slight. There will be a high tide at 7:08 this morning, followed by a low tide at 12:35 this afternoon and another high tide at 6:35 this evening. The sun rose at 6:07 this morning and will set at 5:16 this evening. The moon will rise at 2:23 this afternoon and will set at 3:28 tomorrow morning. The outlook for Tuesday and Tuesday night is for fair weather with little to no rainfall. And this concludes this morning's weather report prepared by the National Meteorological Service.
Now you asked for it, and it's here, guys. Backed by popular demand. Jules is on the couch with us today, exclusive.
Yes.
Giving you the Monday morning beef. Jules, how you feel this morning?
You know, I am feeling we had a full day of work yesterday.
Yeah.
So I can't say we're feeling recharged.
You're tired.
And no, not at all, but engaged.
Engaged.
I
And-
will be optimistic.
And for persons that always like to know the heat level, like the flavor,
This heat that I know there are a lot of people out there looking for.
they're looking for the anger, the
It's-
fluster. They're looking for you
Yeah,
to
it's
sweat and
not-
trip. So it's not that we're getting.
It's, see what's in the background? A Christmas tree. I am here in the spirit of Christmas.
And it's the 1st of December, by the way. So you know.
1st of December, y'all.
So what energy you're
I
bringing
got
in?
no bad vibes. It's like chestnuts roasting on an open fire. That's how I feel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
definitely we understand. So Jules, I mean, considering the fact that you're just like chestnuts roasting on an open fire, you're feeling good. You're feeling calm, zen.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the recent attack and press statement that was published by the Office of the Prime Minister on you and everything about you?
You know, I just poting. I feel so badly. First of all, for whoever had to write that stuff. My goodness, I can't imagine to be so bothered about me. I done nothing and I done dead. You don't have to go on somewhere. I know where there are whole press release spreads. And to, you know, to bring the high and lofty Prime Minister's office, to bring it so low. People all over the world will read this. Heads of government or their offices at least will see this and will say, "We're really wrong with you, Mr. Briceño. Mr. Briceño, are you unraveling?" This unhinged, manic, irrational type of attack, it speaks to someone who is unraveling. And we have to look beyond the communication, beyond the words. What really is being communicated? What really is being communicated is fair. When you see that release, what you are seeing right there is someone in a very vulnerable and frightened state. And it's certainly not over the little post we did. It didn't even make the news
Yeah, it was just on
about
Facebook.
the Prime Minister and Mr. Roca. That he visited him last year. If he had visited a Nobel Peace Prize winner, we would happily put that 1 year ago the PM began with the Nobel Peace Prize winner.
True.
It happened that he went with, he didn't win a Nobel Peace Prize. He may have won a Nobel Crime Prize, but Mr. Roca, that is. And we just mentioned, but we say, I'll then talk about the investment and so. I don't know, I don't have any nefarious suggestion. I don't know that anything untoward happened, and that was certainly not the implication of the story. Mr. Roca is making global news, so it's not about the post. It's about something else.
It's
When
deeper.
someone overreacts like that, you have to look what's been did and what's been hid. What are you hiding? What are you afraid of? What has triggered such a disproportionate and personal reaction that is so beneath your office? Well, it used to be beneath his office, but he constantly brings the standard lower. But it really concerns me, the disproportionate nature of the reaction. It really, when we read it in the newsroom, both Courtney and I received it at the same time, and we were really laughing through it because it's like, wow, are you for real?
Yeah, tackling all kind.
Yeah.
The thing that I want to talk about, leave it here, literally.
You know? No, the only thing left make them say, yeah, fat boy, yeah. It was just really sad, and I think that what triggered it is Miss Menzies, in pursuit of her professional journalistic
Important,
work,
their fault.
sent a Freedom of Information request 2 days before about suspicious transaction reports emanating from La Inmaculada Credit Union relating to people in the Prime Minister's circle. And it went from La Inmaculada, I think there's an Atlantic Bank account as well, and we are making genuine news inquiries. We have not published anything. We have been, as we always are, cautious and not reckless. We have made no imputations in advance of it. And we are trying to get information. And that arrived in the Prime Minister's email 24 hours before this deranged, manic, irrational press release. So I'm saying that if we look beyond the words, what we are seeing is a very frightened politician. And I want to know, why is he so frightened? Why are they so frightened? You see, all the adults have left the room. Amon Courtney has left, Chris Coy has left, Magali Marin Young has left. They left because it's a clown town government. It's a clown town. Baby brains. The Prime Minister is now surrounded by an echo chamber of sycophants, of yes people. And I understand this is a pattern. This is what happens. You lose touch. You lose sight of what's real. If you want to talk about me, talk about Channel 7. They don't mention Channel 7 once. Impeach our work. If you want to have a thing to say, I impeach your work, I reject your work, let's talk about that, but they can't talk about that. So they go into a bizarre ad hominem campaign trying to use the phantom of a dead man to bring down my reputation. If they could have, they would have charged Mr. Vasquez, our dearly departed. They would have charged him while he was alive. He had a debt, it was paid. Business done. I will not go into anything about anybody else's father. I have no personal animus towards John Briceño, not a single day. Have we ever, and anyone who's been in our newsroom can attest? Yes, I mean, we certainly want to humiliate, expose, engage, and bring to task all politicians. There's not a politician that we don't want to engage with friction. And it's not every time you go, you say, boy, well, let's not take down. No, there are respectful exchanges. And we maintain that respect, but the motivation has to be that we serve the public interest. It's not a personal agenda. We work for the public. That's how the press works, and that's why it's so laughable that after, you see, you have to understand this for what it is. This long screed, and feel free to show it again. This long screed is about attacking a journalist.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is. This whole waste of paper, this bringing low of the Prime Minister's office, the office of the Prime Minister. Poor Stuart or Mike, I'm so sorry for them. This is about attacking a journalist for doing his job, right? And it's not mentioning Channel 7. It's so personal.
Yeah.
I have been doing this for 32 years. I am far from perfect. Every day I work on my craft. Every single day I come to terms with my own failures. Attack that though. Attack that, but they can't. They can't. So they make a bizarre ad hominem attack that has no effect on me other than making me laugh and making me feel so sorry for them. But we have to be careful, because when a government uses the highest office it has to attack a journalist, when a citizen journalist has already been extrajudicially extradited to a hostile state and is languishing in a Guatemalan prison, we see a pattern of behavior, and I will say it now, I will say it again. I know factually that Joseph Budna was extrajudicially extradited at the behest of a politician in the north. I believe that, based on evidence that I have seen, but I cannot reproduce, I do not have, so I cannot report it with authority. I believe that Joseph Budna was targeted because of posts he was making about a politician. I will say, as I said on a previous show, I do not believe it is by the Prime Minister's hand. I do not believe that, no. But He ran afoul of irrational politicians in the North, and that's why they wanted him gone. They had been trying to do it for some time. So we see a pattern. This journalist is annoying me. This journalist is messing up my business. This journalist is affecting me. Remember that it is only Channel 7 who has been focusing on the soon-to-occur sale of smart/SpeedNet, Centaur cable, CTI cable. That will happen soon. And the Briceño family stands to benefit tens of millions of dollars from the sale. It is only I who have been saying that. It is only I who have been focusing on that. It is Channel 7 that brought forth the fact that the U.S. Embassy had a meeting with Mr. Briceño on Friday, which took him into, I won't say crisis meetings after, but management meetings after to determine what's going to happen next. It is only I who said that. It is Channel 7 that reported that. So when the Prime Minister comes out with this story about Mr. Mai's back, it is in fact a counter-narrative. He's on the back foot because everybody don't know what really going on. So I'm just saying, these are the things that make politicians say, neutralize that journalist, shut him up, cancel him. That is what they wish to do. That is what this is about. Mr. Briceño, as Kanye West said to Jay-Z, don't send your people at my head, right? he didn't say your people, he used another word. But my point is, sir, please make sure they don't carry me to Guatemala, right? No, please do not carry me to Guatemala. I'm telling you, the motive, when you seek to expunge the voice of a journalist, is the same, whether you're going to extrajudicially extradite him to Guatemala. And I do not believe that Mr. Budna and I have the same code of ethics. I call him a citizen journalist. But he ran afoul of politicians in the North because of his insistent, relentless reporting. That's what happened. That's what happened. That's why he's in a Guatemalan jail. Yes, he had a sentence waiting for him, all of that, good. He's not the only one. But he's the only one who ended up back there, delivered by agents of the state. Anyway, but so yeah, I certainly won't stop in anything I'm doing. We will continue our work. We won't rescind our FOIA request. We do intend to report on that story. And we will continue, as is our job, to be an irritant, to be an annoyance, to be a stone in their shoe. That is our job. That's what we have to do, hold politicians to account. Yeah. It's simple. And there are many politicians we engage with in the ruling government who I believe have no problem with that, accept that we have to be tough. That is the mature conception of how journalism works in a democracy. Yeah. But the baby brains, they run the Prime Minister's office. An echo chamber, a sad circle of sycophants. That is all the adults have left, all the big brains left. Chris Coy left after 6 months. Eamon Courtney left after 2.5 years, 3 years. Anyway, I've said enough on that. Anyway.
We're going to go into the same aspect too as well, because somebody that doesn't necessarily agree and couldn't get the story or push the story too as well.
Yeah, well, Fonseca had agreed, first of all. Francis Fonseca had agreed, that, it don't make no sense to get personal with the media. But he also, so this was a surprise to me when he said this, because it was like, oh, okay, like he's kind of going against what the Prime Minister, his statement. But then when we asked him about Jose Mai and his bad back, he had a similar reaction to me as Karim Musa and
Oscar Mira.
Oscar Mira, where they didn't say no, but they didn't say yes either.
he has put, and I want to mention, to stress, that Francis Fonseca himself had cautioned for the Prime Minister's office. There is no minister of mature mind who will stand by that sad statement from the Prime Minister's office. There is no minister of mature mind who will do that. Cordell Hyde will not do that. Karim Musa will not do that. Francis Fonseca will not do that. Francis Fonseca, in fact, said, don't be personal with the media.
Yeah.
You might not like them. You might think they're unfair, and that's good.
He even said this is what you guys put yourself
Right.
into as well when
Exactly.
you go into office.
That's what you put yourself up for.
Yeah.
But more importantly, Francis Fonseca would only say that's what we heard,
Yeah.
that he had a bad back. But he would not endorse, and this is the third minister who would not endorse the my mistruth. And I verily believe it is a mistruth, and that the public believes that the Prime Minister is taking us for fools and is in himself in the process looking foolish. When you take people with discernment for fools, and it's kind of sad to me when you hear grown, mature men, statesmen, say, well, that's the story we heard. That's what we were told in cabinet. And that's what we know. Like, it's sad, man. It just makes you feel so bad for what politics is.
Yeah.
When you know that is not the truth. There may be a myriad of other reasons. Okay, not accept my reason. Don't accept that it's a U.S. embassy when I know it is. A flag from the U.S. embassy. Don't accept that. But when you just have to say, okay, bad back, that's it, that's the story. Okay. and you have to go there and half-heartedly say, as an adult, that's what we were told. It's a bad back. Yeah, I heard that from the boss. I don't know, I haven't spoken to Mai.
Right.
Mai has gone mute.
Yeah.
I used to hear about a cabinet chat group that Mai me activina. Alone me the text in there. He not text boy bad back.
I wonder if you answer Minister Musa already too as well.
Yeah.
Message?
Yes, a message, and boy, how you back and something. It's so sad, but the fact is now 3 ministers have refused to wholeheartedly endorse as true the my situation. All they can say is, that's what we were told.
Yeah.
Which is sad, but it's a reflection of the awful position the Prime Minister has put them in. And I want to stress now, Francis Fonseca used the word resignation 3 times. 3 times he used the word resignation, the Prime Minister. And I will say, the Cabinet Secretary confirmed to me when I asked on Monday, before the statement about the bad back went out, he told me that Josemai had resigned. The Prime Minister has said, he not resigned, he can't leave, he can't leave. He has taken leave,
Yeah.
Mr. Prime Minister, the weight of evidence is against you. A senior minister in your government has said triply, he resigned. The Cabinet Secretary told me in a text message when I made an on-the-record inquiry that he had resigned. Why do you persist in saying that he's just on leave? Why he's doing that is he plans to bring him back in a year. He hopes that it can all cool down. And he wants to bring back Mr. Mai. So he's just saying he's on leave. The fact is, sir, he resigned because you required him to resign. That is the reality of the situation. So I thought the Francis Fonseca interview was very revealing.
Yeah.
And respect to him. Respect to him for being the bigger man, for being mature and saying, don't get personal with the media. He respected that. And as I'm saying, when we go into an interview like that, it's Courtney who did the interview and Marisol. There's always respect. Like, we don't go into any interview saying, we don't respect this person, but we have to be tough. We have to motivate ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? We have to motivate ourselves that we're going to be tough. Moving on, guys.
Talking about history.
This is what should have led the
This
beef.
should have been the first one to be like
Yes.
the positive. Well, we had to be in the middle. We had to mix it up together. So, as you know, yesterday there was the full-on election when it comes to the chairperson, and Machina Pitts won it.
Well, first, let's talk about history.
And history.
The UDP, for the first time, is led by a woman. First time a mass party in Belize is led by a woman. Respect to that. Second, first time in Belize, there is a chairman of a mass party that is a woman.
Yes.
I want to confirm that maybe. I have to check on that, but I believe that is the case, yes. I believe that is the case. I know it's first time in UDP history. Let me qualify to that. First time in the UDP history that a chairman is a woman. It's historic. You know, we can't get lost. Just my belief in the whole concept of ID politics, identity politics will not get you elected.
No.
Vice President Harris in the U.S. showed that you can't just say I'm a woman and vote for me. But we have to note this is a significant. We know women have been systematically excluded from and underrepresented in governance, in parliament specifically.
Yes.
So it's a great thing. But let's look at it for the UDP. The UDP finally enters an era, for as long as it will last, of relative peace. Courtney Menzies and I have been covering UDP events since 2019.
Bless your soul.
Since 2019, we've been covering these events. She was at other media houses for some of that time. But she and I have seen the UDP's doom loop. We have lived the UDP's doom loop, and it has been totally exhausting. The UDP has worn us out with their endless infighting, and they have earned our contempt
Right.
for that era. The darkest period in the UDP's history is finished. The darkest period in its history.
The phoenix, they rise from the ashes.
But, you know, this ain't a fairy tale. Any kind of running a party or anything, a political organization, is fraught with complexity. First, we must face the fact. In winning the chairmanship, it's an expression of the power of Tracy Panton. Sheena Pitts on her own is not electable. She is not, I believe, not a great consensus builder, and she's not beloved within the party. She doesn't have relationships. She got there, and respect to Tracy, she got there because of Tracy. She beat John Saldiva and Roosevelt Blades, blew them out.
Yeah.
380 something to 99 and
324 or 26,
324 to 99 and 85. John Saldiva should not have been allowed to run. If the UDP had elected John Saldiva, they would still be stuck in the past. So they did the right thing. However, the fact is that Tracy Panton and Lee Mark Chang, Roosevelt Blades was Lee Mark Chang's candidate.
Yes.
And Sheena Pitts was Tracy Panton. There has been a rift created between Lee Mark Chang and Tracy Panton. Hopefully for them, it can heal. But if it continues to, if it is not healed, it will have a divisive effect on the UDP going forward. The UDP has to avoid falling into their familiar pattern of infighting and betrayal. This is their history for the past 6 years that Courtney and I have been to countless, have spent so many Sundays,
On this, yep.
wasted Sundays with UDP wrangling. So I want to emphasize here, the path ahead is fraught with danger for Tracy Panton. Why do I say this? Because the wounds have not healed. the party is still fractured. And she will have to prove her mettle as a leader to be a unifier. You know, when you get closer to victory, when you're far from victory and everybody broke, it's hard to unify a party. But when you start to smell victory, so her first test will come, I believe, in 2027. That's the next municipal, Courtney, am I correct? 2024 to 2027, yes. So that's the next municipal the UDP has to win. They currently have 4 of 67 seats in the country. They don't even, and they control 1 municipality. They have to win a number of municipalities. I won't say a number yet, but they have to win at least 3. At least, but we'll have to see how. There's a long time to go. But I'm just saying, it's not a fairy tale ending. It's a very happy moment of renewal for the UDP, ending its darkest era ever. But she didn't come from heaven. She was a part of that dark era as well. And everybody has to try to unify, and that is not the nature of the UDP. Then wake up and quarrel. Then wake up and say, boy, what could quarrel with today? Make us. I'm just saying. So let's see if the UDP can write its course. But we have to note the history, the hope for renewal, and we will watch cautiously. Certainly, for Courtney and I and many others who have attended all these events over the years created by Justice Endless Infighting, we certainly hope for an era of peace because we don't have to attend any emergency convention, recall convention,
NPC meeting,
Press conference.
NPC meeting. Well, the press conferences work. That's fine.
And she said she's gonna have one during this week.
Yeah. And respect to that. And I guess you'll have it at UDP headquarters. I hope the light bill is paid. But yeah, so I guess they'll have it at Bell.
She says that they're working it out. They're still working out the headquarter issue. That hasn't been settled as yet.
Okay.
And she hasn't. Somebody, I think it was Marcel, asked her if she spoke with Shine. She has not spoken with Shine. She's spoken with the secretariat.
Yeah, I think that Shine himself will enter a new era of undermining. I think so, yeah.
I feel like he's been so...
On the things say done, it just a come. It just a come. Shine Barrow will not relent.
Music, man, Drew.
Make your music. His music. His music is madness. Shine Barrow, just come. The producer is looking at me like, move on, brother. Move on.
Okay.
But Shine just come. Yes, all right. Why a bulletproof vehicle? Go ahead. Make us switch subjects quickly and
Yes,
move
why
through these
is a
quickly.
bulletproof vehicle in the free zone a concern, Drew?
You know, I saw the Prime Minister minimize this as Minister of Finance. The fact that he must face is that a temporary permit was fraudulently issued without the knowledge, without the approval of the officer in charge of customs in Corozal, without the knowledge and approval of the Commissioner of Police. And those people were cited, we have the document, I believe, Victor. Those people were cited on the document of the temporary permit right there. It says approval granted by Commissioner of Police. He told me he did not do it. Minister Oscar Mira, he did not answer me. And you need the permission to bring in a bulletproof vehicle. And Assistant Controller, Mr. Elmer Torres, he's the person in charge of Corozal. He did not authorize it. So, there is a bulletproof vehicle which already raises a question about what type of escalation is this? Is this for defensive or offensive purposes? What is happening with the security apparatus of the country when people have to drive around in bulletproof vehicles? And who is going to be allowed to have it? Prime Minister said there's nothing against it. That is true. Chester said that as well. There's nothing against it, but it signals a very serious escalation in the threat level. In public insecurity. And none of them, or the Prime Minister as Minister of Finance, has not spoken to the dubious temporary permit issued without the requisite, at least two of the three persons, without the requisite authority of those persons. If it's so easily permitted, why wasn't it done the right way? Mr. Minister of Finance has to, he's from the north. This gentleman, Mr. Vela, is from the north. We need a better understanding of this than has been provided.
And the only excuse he gave was that, oh, Mr. Vela has been shot at before.
Yes,
well, so much people did they get shot at.
Yes, and Mr. Vela was targeted in an execution attempt, and thank goodness he survived. But then he plays a very important role in the zone. And the person who used to play that role in the zone is Nitin Bukshane. Then he was targeted in the following month. So we have to be truthful. What is happening here? What is happening here? And we have to tell the people the truth. But our Commissioner of Police said 105 days now, 102 days, and he hasn't faced the press yet. But he need a break.
Yeah,
He's on a break from August 25th to December 1st.
The last time he spoke, and
It didn't go well.
It didn't go well.
It didn't go well.
just need
Moving on.
take a break. So, talking about police officers, are more police officers losing their visa?
You know, so let's understand. The thing happened with Mr. Gamboa. He went to the airport on a Sunday. He was informed that his visa had been revoked. His family traveled without him. He has told me many times he's doing fine. He's not flustered by it. But he did go and speak to the U.S. Embassy. I am told, well, he has told me also that he did go and speak. And that's a part of the process for those who are trying to get back their visa. I'm told that he spoke with representatives of the DEA. And, you know, he told me he's clean, he's good. But many people want to know what he spoke to them about. And there are many people with a lot of things to hide in the movement of products in Belize. And I am reliably informed that another police officer went, and that person's visa was also revoked, and that person, I believe, was contingent to or proximal to the whole Budna event. Not a primary player, not one of the men who they haul and cross the street, but somebody who engaged in certain hiding of evidence, I believe. And that person's visa was also revoked. I am reliably informed. So I'm just saying, we have to look at what's happening. And obviously, the SPU, Mr. Gamboa told me that he felt when his visa was revoked, what he told me was, sake of the Budna thing, he's the commander of SPU. SPU personalities are alleged to have been involved. None have been charged, but SPU personalities were credibly alleged to have been involved. So we have to look very carefully at what is happening here. I think you spoke to Francis Fonseca on Friday, Courtney, and he said that...
He said that the U.S. Embassy hasn't brought it up to him. The Gamboa thing, the Budna thing, Hasemai, none of that has been brought up to him in his debriefings. And he doesn't know if it's brought up to the PM because he's not in those meetings with the Prime Minister.
But it certainly has to be watched. We have to understand that the free zone continues to be an area of concern. The tobacco trade is one thing. But, you know, all that stuff comes from China. You know, I received a very credible account from a woman in the north who believes that her son was being used as a mule to move illicit drugs out of the zone. Her son passed away of an overdose, died of an overdose. And she believes he was being used as a mule to move not tobacco, but illicit substances out of the zone. That's her belief. This is a woman from a village in the Corozal district. So these are concerns, and certainly the United States, which is very concerned about product moving north, would share those concerns. So it's just something we continue to watch. Moving on.
And we kind of reported on what happened with Hollow Grange and Tropic Air right now, the whole situation.
Really tough situation. You know, what happened is this, and I want people to understand, first of all, because I'm told there was great misunderstanding comment. Howell Grange is not suing Tropicare.
No. Yeah.
Howell Grange is suing the Belize Airport Authority.
Yes.
Because some people say, well, what expect Tropic to do if it is sued? He's not suing Tropicare. I believe it may now be on the table. You see, what happened is this. Apparently, when you have a disability on the job, you have to apply within 156 days. And he was being paid at the time by Tropicare during that 156 days. So he did not apply for the disability insurance. And so when Tropicare stopped paying him at the end of October, he could not call on that. So he is receiving a disability allowance because they have, as they say, medical boarded him. They found that he's 100% medically unable to do his job. So Tropicare says, we have the door open, but he has to come back as a pilot. I don't think that's a reasonable expectation. He claims, Mr. Grange claims that when he spoke to Mr. Grief said, and he also had this job, to sort of ease himself back in. He says, Mr. Grief said, I don't make jobs for people. I don't create jobs. I have a job, that's for a pilot. I can't make a job for you at this job. That's what Mr. Grange told me, Mr. Grief said. Rough, tough. It's a very difficult situation in terms of a pilot makes a good salary by Belize standards. And after X amount of months, Tropic just didn't feel prepared to carry that anymore. But Mr. Grange was left high and dry. Let us not misunderstand. Mr. Grange, his actions and his quick thinking saved the country's reputation, saved Tropic Air international reputation. If those 15 souls had been lost, we would be in a different country today. This little small changes in tourism we're talking about, we would not be talking about that right now.
Yeah.
So we have to understand that, you know, this is someone who nearly gave his life.
Being stabbed several times.
Being stabbed 10 times
Wow.
by somebody wanting to kill you 1 foot away, not wanting to hurt you, wanting to end you.
Yeah.
A big man trying to kill you. So we have to understand that Mr. Grange's contribution to Belize and to Tropic Air, he saved more than 15 souls. He saved many jobs. So I think, it's just my opinion, you can't leave a man like that.
Right.
In my opinion, you can't leave a man like that. Not him. Not him. So that's my feeling on it, that it's heartless. But I understand also from a capitalist or corporate perspective, how you could reach a conclusion that when we won't carry this salary anymore. But it's unreasonable to expect that someone who was so badly injured, who can only raise his hand to this height right now, right? And don't ask about the mental trauma you go through in that situation.
And the PTSD that you live with long afterwards.
PTSD, exactly. Don't ask about all that. It's unreasonable to expect that from April to the end of October, April 17th to October 31st, they'll be like, make her get back in there. This man was not trained as a fighter pilot. What he went through, even a fighter pilot, even Maverick and in Top Gun, wouldn't be able to recover from. Real talk. So yeah, that's my feeling on it.
We move on to I think one of the most depressing is that...
No, this one hit the country. Like everyone in the
Hi, boy, make us say what it is first.
Yes.
The murder.
The murder of
Wayne Miles, a.k.a. Pie Boy.
Yeah.
Man.
You know, I can't, it's tough. This one tough. You know, I used to say, boy, you know the mayor of grace and good vibes. Right? He know the good vibes mayor. I cannot express what a hopeful, optimistic, spiritual, deep,
Humble.
humble, and just
Yeah, super hardworking.
Yeah,
Always so
super
pleasant
hardworking.
to be around.
you know,
Gosh.
he's literally a saint of both sugar and sweetness, though. You know, I mean, the sweetness was not in what he served as much as it was in his personality. And for someone like that to be murdered in their home, oh my God, what monsters are we among? What monsters live amongst us, right? I'm told that
Heartless.
it's off of some gang rivalry with the nephew, and somebody may want to hurt the nephew, and they couldn't find the nephew, so they gonna kill him in his home. A man who was not just peaceful, a man of peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day he had Bible verses,
Yeah, on his shirt.
self-inscribed on his shirt.
And he'd push that cart wrong through every street of Belize City. They're not like him afraid
Yeah.
for going to any area, any corner
People
of the
respect
city.
how much he asked me
Yeah.
to do this.
Oh my
But yeah,
goodness,
I just did
a
a cart for another
lifetime.
picnic.
A
I can't
lifetime.
even tell you how long he did do this, man. Everybody know and
Yeah.
respect Pai Boy.
Yeah, it's really one of the saddest things that I've ever seen. And to think that he had a false death in
Yeah.
2012.
And he was so optimistic about it, not even like, yeah, just make that no Pie Boy still alive. Like
Yes.
that interview is.
He came to
He wasn't even angry or
Yes.
anything.
Tried to let you know. I know I'm alive, but they are. They
Yes.
are good.
And the ones
Yes.
that wrong.
Yes.
So, you know, I can't explain how much he will be missed by everyone, by the whole Belize city. And he was the best that we had.
Yeah, he was.
He was a saint of the streets, a saint of sweetness.
Yeah.
And I don't like sweet thing, but I ate year-round conch fritters from him. And, you know, it's an indescribable loss. And when comes another? When will we see another person like that? Right? Like that once in a lifetime
Yeah.
person, right?
I love what he just like represented to as well for young black men out there. A hard-working businessman
Yeah.
that's well respected and loved, that's connected. Like Courtney said, he would ride out everywhere and anywhere. Business owners would let him in to sell and everything. That the whole
Yeah.
respected he was, because I can't remember how much years he did this thing.
Yeah.
How much decades he did this thing.
Yeah, how many decades, really?
So
Anyway,
definitely,
very,
we
very
send
sad
condolences
loss.
to the family.
Maximum. Yeah, maximum.
A true legend, a true icon, somebody that we'll know, and his legacy continues to live on through his sweets and through his heart. Yeah.
Real.
So with that, guys, we've come to the ending of our Monday Morning Beef. Thank you for everybody that's been tuned in. We do have a sunrise.
Right.
Who's the sunrise from?
Hasakri is.
Okay, let's see it.
With that sunrise up. And guys, of course, we have dynamic conversations to go into. We're going to be talking about the Belize Coast Guard Week. We're going to be talking about our new Christmas album. And of course, we have the leader of the opposition and new party leader, Tracy Tager Panton.
Oh, wow,
That's going to
okay.
be coming into as well.
That's
to
all right,
dive
then rush
in.
me off.
That's all right, rush you off. But
Let's
if you
go.
give the woman time, you understand?
Yeah, so-
There's the
definitely.
sunrise.
So here's the sunrise. I have no idea where it's from. Do we know?
I know it in person. I don't know the location. It's a bad tree, though. So with that, guys, we're going to go to our first commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hi, have you heard about the expungement of criminal records? Well, as of August 1st, 2024, the Criminal Records Rehabilitation of Offenders Act allows for you to apply to have certain criminal charges permanently erased from your record. Isn't that amazing?
So, what makes you eligible to apply for expungement?
The offense must qualify for expungement based on Schedule 2 and 3 of the law. You must meet the applicable rehabilitation period. This is the time period you must wait before you can apply. The applicant must not have any outstanding matters or have had any other convictions during the rehabilitation period. You can qualify for automatic expungement for certain first-time drug offenses, as well as COVID-related offenses. So, what are the benefits of expungement? Well, it broadens employment and educational opportunities that a criminal record would normally hinder. It gives you a peace of mind away from the stigma of having a criminal conviction and provides you with access to services that may be otherwise restricted. If you have a past criminal conviction, here's what you can do to get it expunged. First, verify if you qualify for expungement. Then, prepare the application package. Each package consists of 2 forms. Applications are available countrywide. You then make a non-refundable payment of $100 at your nearest Treasury Department and finally submit the package and payment receipt to any Ministry of Human Development office countrywide. Note, applicants will receive a notification within 90 days to see if their application was approved or denied. So, if you are interested, visit any Human Development office countrywide, any magistrate court, or the Ministry of Home Affairs office in Belmopan. For more information, you can call 227-2716 or you can WhatsApp 613-0343.
This Christmas, get into the joy with Uno. Imagine winning a shiny motorcycle, a brand new TV, a brand new fan, or grocery coupons to make your holiday shopping easier. The surprises keep coming. All you have to do is visit Uno, and for every $25 on fuel, you'll get a coupon. Fill out and participate. Get 1 coupon for each quart of Uno lubricants or 2 for a gallon. Visit your nearest Uno gas station today. Fill your tank and drive into Christmas cheer with Uno. Uno gas stations.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Quit searching. Rush over to Mikado at number 37 Albert Street, your home's new BFF, for the best choices, styles, colors in home decor and furnishing, with a wide variety of textiles that will make your space Instagram worthy. Mikado, for better choices with better prices, because your home and budget deserve only the best. Mikado, famous for better prices.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
And we are back, Boozlers. Thank you so much for everybody that's been tuning in, putting in so much comments. We truly love to get all the feedback. Just before the break, we had a very steaming, beef served up from Jules, and Courtney and I were just witnesses to it all. But we move into an exciting conversation because we're going to be talking about the Belize Coast Guard Week. On our couch, we have Ensign Radmond Smith as well as Lieutenant Alan Armstrong. Good morning to both of you gentlemen. How are you feeling this morning?
Morning. Feeling very fine.
It's the 1st of December, so it start off like the month correct too as well. And we hear that there is an exciting whole best warriors kind of thing to come up to as well. But for people that are out there that maybe might not be understanding the scope of the conversation, let's bring it home for them. Talk to us about the Belize Coast Guard and the idea of what really is a best warrior competition that's happening for this week.
Well, to give a brief history about the Best Warrior competition, it first incepted as basically what we used to call the Belize Coast Guard Ironman competition. So before that was leading up into like 2013, and then after 2013, the commandant at the time who was retired Rear Admiral John Borland, he then changed it into a unit competition, which became the Best Warrior competition, right? So it's to build that cohesiveness. It's not about, because the Ironman focused more individually. So he wanted to build that camaraderie between units. So then that was the inception of the Best Warrior competition, which have been going for the past, since 2013, so you're looking at over 12 years now.
Wow.
But however, due to, when COVID, we had some breaks. So we're at the 9th annual Best Warrior competition. This is the 9th one this year for 2025.
Excellent. So we're coming in good, 2025. Talk to us a little bit about, because I know you said there's been that switch from individual to now units, building that camaraderie, making sure that, people can see the strength in more than just having one person on the team. But talk to us, what does this really entail when you're trying to have a best warrior? What are we looking at?
Yeah.
It's like you're mimicking battle. It's like you're carrying your team through a successful fight. So each stage of the Best Warrior competition is somewhat mimicking a battle.
So you have like drills and stuff?
No. So basically you have to go across certain obstacles in certain ways. So let's say, for instance, the obstacle course. Each part of the obstacle course, you have to attempt it in a specific way, meaning like you're covering from bullet or something like that, right? So when you go over a certain cover, you have to go as low as possible or something like that. So it's like you're mimicking battle. And then also for something like the road march, you'll be carrying burdens, your weapons, everything. So it's basically mimicking a battle.
So but I understand for the road march, people can actually come out and support you guys while you're, or am I wrong? Okay.
Okay, so let me just input a little bit on that. It's actually a 3 days event. It starts this Wednesday coming.
Okay.
And then it goes all the way to Friday. But in the inception, for day one, for example, if I may go over the different events, day one is what we call the CGPFT. And that entails basically push-ups, sit-ups, dips, then a 2 miles run. So that the guys then would partake for that section in the morning.
Okay.
And then they would relax, and then in the afternoon they would go through what we call an ocean swim and a 4 miles run, right? So they would swim for 1 mile in the ocean, come in back, and then straight into a run.
Oh, wow.
That's the end of day one. Then, of course, we would then tally off the scores to see which team is doing the best. But
like best time, all these different things.
It's all about time. So which team has the least time would usually then top that event. And then for day two now, we'll then move across to Price Barracks, whereby we do a pool swim and basically 2 laps around the campus. Then you go into the obstacle course that BDF have across there. So it's the different obstacle, you go through it, and then your time ends. And that would conclude day 2.
Okay.
Morning section, then afterwards we move into the evening section, whereby we do what we call a CG medley. So the guys would then go right around the Coast Guard campus with different burdens, what we call burdens, whereby you would have like logs they have to run with. You have body armor you have to run with, and each of these you have to do an entire lap around the campus. So everything just keeps changing. And that would then conclude day 2. And now day 3 is where the inception come with the what we call the rock march. That's basically a 8 miles march with well, usually we do it with bergans and weights in it, but this year we're changing it a little. We're doing it somewhat too. I know you've heard about the Wonder Woman competition for the females.
Yeah.
It's basically like that. So we're doing it with weights, but due to its males, we're increasing the amount of weights in the body armors. And then the guys would have their rifle, their helmets, and go for that 8 miles. And then when they reach the destination at what we'd call the range, they would then take off those burdens, get down, crawl for like 30 meters, and then have to fire at what we call some falling plates. So it really tests your agility, it really tests your strength, and
endurance too.
Endurance, of course. Yes. But like what Ensign Smith mentioned, it's all about that battle, mimicking that battle. Because when the guys get down and crawl, you know you're fatigued, but still you have to aim and picturing firing at the enemy.
And successfully engage.
Yeah, and successfully hit those what we call the targets. So that's like, you know, going at the enemy. And then the last day, we always, on Friday, the afternoon, that's the most, I would say, hardest part of the event.
Save the hardest for last, of course.
Yeah. So with that, then we go into, what's the name for that?
Crucible.
The crucible, we call it the crucible. So the crucible, you do same thing, almost like the medley, but a little more intense because remember you're fatigued from the past 2 days.
Yeah.
So you go through the crucible, you start off, you go with logs, then we would have like stretchers, like mimicking, you know, carrying someone, but we'd have gallons of water fill on those.
Yeah.
Then we go to the ship chain. We have a huge ship chain that the guys have to carry and do a lap, and that's the one that usually burden these guys because then that's really heavy for just 8 sailors because it's just 8 participants taking this chain. When they conclude with the lap with the chain, then they go into some tire flips. And from there, they go through the obstacle course. So you're already fatigued. You still have to go through the obstacle course. Crawling under the barbed wire, going over different obstacles, climbing the rope net, and then finish off with climbing the last rope and touching the top, ringing the bell. And this is a team competition, so it's a team who does that in the least time that would then advance.
So everybody goes in the
Everybody
team.
goes.
Everybody in the team.
Yes.
And it's a team of how many?
It's a nine participants, so it's eight, and then 1 substitute. And then, of course, that substitute, but however, that substitute can only be substituted in for an event.
For each event.
Yeah. So you just can't say, okay, well, I don't want to do this and going into it. You have to be substituted and you have to complete that entire event.
So the winner, is it just bragging rights or do you get like a prize?
You get a prize.
Yeah, you do get prizes.
And bragging rights.
But the main thing is...
Imagine the bragging rights, because you do all of that. Man, the way I'm a brag for the entire year.
Till the next competition.
Next competition.
So basically, I've been competing in this competition. I've done it 5 times already. This year will make it my 6th time.
Wow.
I've won it 2 times already. So I know what it takes to participate in things like this. And then again, just to put the icing on the cake, I was the trainer for the Wonder Woman females that won the competition.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I led them to victory.
Look at that.
So I know,
so you know your
I know
stuff.
a lot about these competitions, and I love to compete. So
you're gonna be in it in this.
This year I'll be in it.
So you'd come back for victory.
Yeah.
Basically, that way you indirectly say.
What about it excites you? Like, you know, it's so difficult these 3 days of very, you know, everything is, and then the crucible to end it off and everything. What makes you say, yes, I want that?
Again, the bragging rights is one of the stuff that I would say you push, you know, the competitiveness within the other teams. You would always have colleagues that will, you know, trash talk and say, oh, can't beat us and blah, blah.
That's when it gets paid serious.
Yeah, so like right now, I'm actually in action mode already. Because I really want to crush them right now.
But you don't win 2 times already, so if you just get the third one,
yeah.
Do a three-way kind of thing there. Oh, okay. So
I'm going for it this time.
You're going for it
no
this
matter
time.
what.
And for people that are excited about this and saying, I want to see what's happening, which events can they actually like watch? Is it something where they can come and support? How does that look?
Well, I am as the coordinator for the event. Of course, the public is invited. Just that we would, the limit of interaction will be minimal. But yes, you're invited to go and watch the different events. And of course, we also invited the different media houses to broadcast. But they can also follow. Usually, we have the Coast Guard Facebook page, and then every event we would then post and give them a feedback of how the event is going and what next event will take place.
Nice. So the Belize Coast Guard Facebook page is definitely the page that they're supposed to watch. Because will there be a schedule of events too as well?
Yes. So that would be on the Facebook page as well. So they would have an idea of what is going to take place, and it will list out the different events with the time as well.
So, okay, this is all to commemorate Coast Guard Week. Is this the week that the Coast Guard was first established?
Well...
why is it Coast Guard Week?
In actuality, Coast Guard was established in basically 2005, but that was in November. So of recent, just Friday gone, we had our 20 years anniversary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the Coast Guard is 20 years strong, firm on the 28th of November 2005. And you could have seen on the media whereby the Commandant, Rear Admiral Bennett, spoke about, the inception of Coast Guard and all those stuff, and who were the lead personnel bringing up Coast Guard to where they are today.
Nice. So for people that are listening, invite them, remind them why they should really be supporting everybody that's going to be participating. How many teams do we have participating?
So far, we were looking to and trying to get 7 teams, but at the moment, I'm basically at 6 teams because it's not only for Coast Guard units. We also invite BDF as well, and then the police. But we don't really get much participation from the police, of course, because those guys are very busy.
Yeah.
So we then invite the special forces from BDF, and then we would also invite what we call a infantry team from the the regular BDF teams. And from the Coast Guard, we have what we call the fleet that would usually support or give 2 or 3 teams. Then we have our special force team, what we call a CSAG. They would then partake as well.
Okay.
So if I can recall correctly, I believe our CSAG is the champions from last year. So they are the one with the bragging rights at the moment.
Is it the one who walking with their chest?
Yeah.
Puffed up because they did it. They did it, right? We'll see if they're gonna continue. They're gonna take it for this year, or is gonna be somebody else that's gonna get it from them.
Well, we're going to find out because, like what Ensign Smith said, he's coming for his victory. So
this year I believe is gonna be really challenging. The reason why I say that is because from what I see and what I would know, is that I believe all the teams are more than likely around the same era this year. It's not like you have some that's probably halfway fit or something like that. The way how I see it is like basically everybody is at that same level, so that's where the competition will get very interesting.
It's going to really become endurance, being able to really be agile with everything.
So then you would really have to say, may the fittest team win.
All right, well,
that makes it exciting.
Good luck to you. We're rooting for you. Me and Renata are rooting for you.
We're rooting, definitely, because it sounds like it's going to be an intense time. And I hope people can be able to view it and can be able to, watch and see exactly, because like you said, it's a 3-day event from Wednesday to Friday. We have morning and afternoon activities. So if you can't make it to all, you can pick, which one is more convenient with your schedule too as well. And be able to just see exactly it in full force.
Yeah. And like what I mentioned, it's invited to the public. So, and most of the events will take part at the Belize Coast Guard headquarters, which is located at 4.5 miles. Beside from that, the only change of location would be this day 2, whereby we go to Price Barracks, and then the 3rd day for the morning event, we then go into Belmont Pan for the Rock March.
Gotcha.
So that's the only...
Well, I mean, Belmont Pan at least gets a taste of it too, as well, which is good, because people would want, if it's centralized in more of Belize City area, sometimes people that are out there should get to see. So it's good to see.
Well, it's not really in central Belmont Pan because the Rock March is, like what I mentioned, at 8 miles. So they're starting like from the village, Armenia village, and then they would make way to Belmont Pan and make way into the range. Yeah.
So people that are on that area, they can be able to,
Yeah, they
to
can
watch
be
the
able to
schedule
watch.
and see.
Yeah.
But excitement. Well, thank you, gentlemen, so much for being here and bringing the good news. Congrats to you, Lieutenant Armstrong, for organizing. This is not something easy to organize and to get teams together. And of course, Ensign Smith, you and your team. All the best to you guys. Reminding people that they can go to the Belize Coast Guard Facebook page to be able to check out, to see times, to see all the event and what's going to be taking place too as well. As we're wrapping up, any final remarks?
Well, of course, I just want to say to the teams that will be participating, good luck. And for the different personnel that have supported us giving donations, of course, we really appreciate the donations that they've given, because these are the prizes for these guys. And like what you mentioned, it's a vigorous event. So the donations that comes in for them to get prizes, that's really says a lot.
And it gives the incentive you push to as well.
Exactly.
As
Besides
the bragging rights, the struggle, not enough for me at this point. I need at least something for win.
Feel broken at the end,
I could imagine how broke up I feel after that. The way you just want my bed or just had grown.
Anything works.
But I mean, kudos to you guys for that, because that is not an easy thing to do. So to all the teams that are putting themselves out there, big up to every single one of you. And for young people, I think this is a really good, interesting competition to watch, to see people push themselves to a different limit too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's see, may the best team win. The best warrior competition, guys. So with that, we're going to go to our next commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
This Christmas, get into the joy with Uno. Imagine winning a shiny motorcycle, a brand new TV, a brand new fan, or grocery coupons to make your holiday shopping easier. The surprises keep coming. All you have to do is visit Uno, and for every $25 on fuel, you'll get a coupon. Fill out and participate. Get one coupon for each quart of Uno lubricants or 2 for a gallon. Visit your nearest Uno gas station today. Fill your tank and drive into Christmas cheer with Uno. Uno gas stations.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Quit searching. Rush over to Mikado at number 37 Albert Street, your home's new BFF, for the best choices, styles, colors in home decor and furnishing, with a wide variety of textiles that will make your space Instagram worthy. Mikado, for better choices with better prices, because your home and budget deserve only the best. Mikado, famous for better prices.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Quit searching. Rush over to Mikado at number 37 Albert Street, your home's new BFF, for the best choices, styles, colors in home decor and furnishing, with a wide variety of textiles that will make your space Instagram worthy. Mikado, for better choices with better prices, because your home and budget deserve only the best. Mikado, famous for better prices.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
This Christmas, get into the joy with Uno. Imagine winning a shiny motorcycle, a brand new TV, a brand new fan, or grocery coupons to make your holiday shopping easier. The surprises keep coming. All you have to do is visit Uno, and for every $25 on fuel, you'll get a coupon. Fill out and participate. Get one coupon for each quart of Uno lubricants or 2 for a gallon. Visit your nearest Uno gas station today. Fill your tank and drive into Christmas cheer with Uno. Uno gas stations.
You're up.
These charter mints aren't from
We're
an
navigating
airplane.
along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Shireen Halsell,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
We are back and super stoked. Just before the break, we had a great conversation with Lieutenant Armstrong as well as Ensign Smith about what's coming up, the best warrior competition for the Belize Coast Guard, starting Wednesday and ending on Friday. Tune into their Facebook page for all the details, the dates, the times, and everything that's going to be happening. But we will move into our next conversation, and very Christmassy, because we have a Christmas album coming up. Brand new music, 501 Excellence here. We have on our couch Lennox Awardo, who is a musician that's no stranger to Belize. And we're excited to have this conversation. Lennox, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling excited. I'm so happy to have completed the album.
I could understand. Yeah. And we have it prepared just in time for Christmas too.
Right, and so this year we have a lot of energy being put into the Christmas vibe culturally, right? And we have a lot of support this year.
Which is good. So that means this album comes with all that support, that energy. So it should be welcome with a lot of love from our viewers out there and excitement that's coming. But talk to us, because you're like, you wanted to finish, you were able to finish.
Of course.
But what's the process of this album? How long have you been working on it too as well?
And that's the interesting thing. So the last time I came on here, it was September, and I said, well, we're working on something for Christmas, but we didn't exactly jump to it until mid-November.
Ambitious. Wow. That was very ambitious.
And we had some setbacks, of course, because, you know, we don't start late.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
So it was Friday, last week Friday. Sat down with the producer and we just ran through 6 to 8 songs back to back.
One go. And finished it.
And did it.
Just like that.
Just like that.
The relief, right?
Hours and hours, then just listening and looking at the screen. But it was all worth it afterwards when we heard it. And like, hey, buddy, we never had to use much filter. We never had to use this, that, you know. So excited, happy. We have 8 songs. These songs are Christmas in Belize. We released that last year. I was on here with it. Maga season to come. I'll make it catch you no.
You want to catch it? We can't stop it. Belize and tradition.
We have Coffee Christmas, Home. Like I really love this song, a new original, like Calypso vibe. But Calypso broke down. Right? So this is what we're doing. Artists, they've been telling me, hey, Lennox, I understand you to bring the cultural thing. You want to keep the element of the traditional song. But why we not blend it with something else? Why we not try this,
infuse something,
you know,
which is also
for cater to the more modern time?
So these original songs, they were written mid-November, or you had the idea of like, we don't have an idea of what the songs may song like before?
Right. I already had, I always have music in my head. So
just to put it on paper and like
play
it out. Yeah.
So and really nice because going to the studio, now you have somebody else or 2 other people that would contribute and say, why we not try this? Or but not really song hard family. Make we try this or right, so and that's how we get to the final product. So not always just Lennox. So we have to thank Josh, we have to thank Echo, right? We have to thank Shadow. Because we have to give credit where it's due.
Hands on deck to make sure that you know you'd guide and you'd be able to make sure it's something that the Belizean population and abroad could be able to really enjoy.
Right.
Right. So what's the name of this album?
Yes. Oh, offered. Hey, watch out.
I saw you forget the name of this. You saw you said it.
God reveal.
The name of this album, that Coffee Christmas.
Ooh, and we love a good Coffee Christmas.
That broke down, and you know, and the term out there, so we say Coffee Christmas, and
Coffee Christmas.
We are bringing the vibe, right? And it's just amazing. We have also big shows coming up at the Battlefield Park with other artists. That will be, when is that? The 14th of December. That's a Sunday. We have Nello Player coming out, Missy B. We have like a Broke Down Combo band. We have Kenny Gladden and the New Creation band. We have Creek Vibration band, and we have the Broke Down Boomer Chime band, right?
Ooh, this
so yeah, be wonderful. Thanks to Miss Kim Bliss. We have the National Orchestra as well. Yeah, be nice and have you guys bring up the family and free.
So
this is what again?
December
the
14th.
14th of December.
Yeah. So you'll be premiering some of the songs from the album at this
Definitely.
Rockdown concert.
And I'm excited because it's like some artists will be able, they want to collab with me to, bring out some of these songs on the stage. So I'm looking forward to it. It will be good.
And so for people that are listening to as well and they want to hear the music and everything, is there an availability to hear the music, to share our like YouTube? Have we recorded fully,
Right.
like that we can be able to share it out now to persons?
So as I leave from here, that's what I'll be working on to post it on YouTube, Knox Productions YouTube channel.
Nice. So that's
I'll-
the next big thing.
Yeah,
we don't get the song. We just need to like actually record it, having like a photo shoot too as well.
Oh, so we're supposed to go to Reef Studio today or tomorrow. So these songs are completed. We have 8 songs completed, but what we're going to do is we're going to remake about 3 to 4 songs. But like high quality, high definition. We'll do a photo shoot and a little video shoot. Document it right, because we'll collab with BTB and Niche Ika and that kind of thing. So I really appreciate Miss Kim Vasquez for the support. I appreciate everybody who help with the process thing.
Yeah, no, because this is needed to be recorded. This is needed to be shared properly too as well. You have to like dot your I's and cross all your T's to make
Right.
sure it can be shared properly to person.
And we want it to sound good and decent. So these 4 songs that we are hand select, we want to really push them bigger.
For Christmas.
Right.
And for persons listening now and they're hearing that, they're getting excited. So they're going to go to the YouTube page. When
Correct.
would you say is the best time to go and see when things have been fully uploaded?
By the 15th.
By the 15th.
Correct.
And then on the 14th, we know December 14th.
Yeah, so you could get a taste of the Brockdown concert.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So of course, they're going to be promoting and reminding people that, hey, this is all going to be on the page.
Nice
Check
timeline.
it out. Perfect out for you.
Yeah.
And then you could be playing it for the rest of the time till Christmas, and then after.
Exactly. And then we have it there like for years to come. I'll share it with different radio stations, because like we just want to share.
Yeah, of course.
Because the culture, and it kind of saddening that sometimes I hear the newer generation saying they don't really like the Brockdown thing. Yeah, well, the thing nice, but not really my thing. But we have to start embrace culture, because remember, everybody embraced in culture.
Yeah, that's true. And,
So-
it's us to carry it on too as well.
Correct.
And carry that torch. So, and then you don't have to like all the songs, but you have to be able to promote some things and embrace it. Be able to share it so people can know a piece of Belize and piece of your culture. So definitely. But is there anything else we left out? Because I know, again, we have this album to come out, Crofty Christmas. We know that we have the Brockdown Bramp on the December 14th, where we're going to be premiering some of these songs and have a wide array of different amazing band and artists
Nice.
being featured there. And we do know that we're going to be recording and having that photo shoot with DJ Perf, BTB, Niche and everybody else that has collaborated with
Correct.
you for that. This is going to be coming out December 15th, so people can be able to check out
Nice.
everything there. We left out anything, or we got that?
Well, I just like to give a big shout out to all the musicians, the singers in the choirs. We had a nice time last Saturday night at St. John's Cathedral. There, it was the 8th annual Light a Candle event, right? It was a nice Christmas concert. We had Golden Voices Choir. We had large bands there. And I had the privilege to accompany Sir Colville Young Sr. We wished you all a Merry Christmas, and it was so amazing, right?
Big up
so,
to Sir Colville.
Big up
He
to
is
Sir
just
Colville Young.
amazing, yes.
And it's so amazing. People know, and some might not know, but the contribution Sir Colville Young has contributed to our country in terms of music, and everything else is just amazing.
He
so
is.
many
I
pieces.
feel like people we need to talk about it a lot more, the compositions that he has, the
Right.
songs and everything. Like, he is so brilliant, even though that he's getting older, like, on that piano, there's just something that takes over and he just, like, goes
Amazing
in there.
work.
It's incredible. So if you've been able to, that's a privilege to be able to perform
Right.
with him, too, as
So
well.
they led him to the piano, and nice and slowly he sat down. And when he sat down, it's like, magic afterwards.
Yeah.
The hand just start go.
Go, literally.
But definitely, that's awesome. And we're looking forward to hearing fully this Christmas album to us. It's Profit
Definitely.
Christmas, culture, and everything else. So
Check
guys,
it out.
Check it out.
Remind
them what's the name of your
Naps Productions on YouTube. That's my YouTube channel. And I'll be posting on Facebook, definitely.
Perfect.
Lennox Lawrence Award.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on our couch and for promoting Coffee Christmas.
Coffee Christmas!
And
we'll be...
Just like that, you say it.
Yeah, we have a dance to one of the Coffee songs.
We
then.
have a dance to one of the
After it
Coffee
come
songs.
out,
Then when it come out, we
Right.
have to dance if it are in.
So that the
Yeah.
plan, actually, don't think so when we come back,
to play
mostly the 24th, we have the set concon dance. We wish you a Coffee Christmas. So that wow, they have a holy party in the front with those instrumental, have to shake something.
Something like that. If that even your hand, something like get shake properly to us, so just not broke it.
That broke down, but not broke it.
This is what I'm going to say. Just not broke yourself, but broke down properly. For the
Correct.
perfect Coffee Christmas, guys. Coming to you very soon. Stay in tune. But with that, we're going to go to our next commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Time and everybody know the culture enriching unity. Let me tell you about Christmas in Belize. Ready?
Quit searching. Rush over to Mikado at number 37 Albert Street, your home's new BFF, for the best choices, styles, colors in home decor and furnishing, with a wide variety of textiles that will make your space Instagram worthy. Mikado, for better choices with better prices, because your home and budget deserve only the best. Mikado, famous for better prices.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
This Christmas, get into the joy with Uno. Imagine winning a shiny motorcycle, a brand new TV, a brand new fan, or grocery coupons to make your holiday shopping easier. The surprises keep coming. All you have to do is visit Uno, and for every $25 on fuel, you'll get a coupon. Fill out and participate. Get one coupon for each quart of Uno lubricants or 2 for a gallon. Visit your nearest Uno gas station today. Fill your tank and drive into Christmas cheer with Uno. Uno gas stations.
These charter mints aren't from
We're
an
navigating
airplane.
along the coastline.
This morning,
of
the
northern
2023
lagoon. Good evening. Good evening. I'm Cherie Kelsel, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Adura Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
And we are back, Boozlers. Just before the break, we were having an exciting Crawford Christmas new album conversation that's coming out to you December 15. This is courtesy of Lennox, as well as an array of different amazing artists, producers, you know, BTB, Niche, and so forth. So definitely support that and the Dong Bram that they're going to be having on December 14. But we move into a very exciting, long-awaited conversation for people that I say, commercial, if you done, I want to hear what Miss Tracy to say. But we have her in studio now, guys. We have here the leader of the opposition, as well as party leader of the United Democratic Party, Honorable Tracy Tager-Panton. How are you feeling this morning, darling?
How am I feeling? A little tired, to be honest. It's been a long road. Lots of heavy lifting to get here, but I acknowledge the significance of the moment, and I also acknowledge the magnitude of the responsibility that I will be shouldering as we move forward. I think it's so important that the voices of women are amplified in this country and leadership level, at the highest level of leadership. 51% of our population are women, and there are not enough women at the helm in political leadership in this country. And so if I can do it, we all can do it. And I hope that etched in the minds of our young girls, young women, that they will now have an example of women, not just myself, the Honorable Sheena Pitts, who is our new chairperson of the United Democratic Party, women who have the grit and the calm to take on the task at hand.
Most definitely. Congratulations on that, because you
Thank
guys
you.
have made history. You know,
Indeed.
having you as a female being in leadership as a party leader, as well as leader of opposition, as well as, like you said, Honorable Sheena Pitts too, being the chairwoman. So it's just great to see it all unfold for the example of women in leadership.
Thank you.
But we want to ask you, because many people have been wondering, is this really a revamp? Is this really a new leaf when it comes to United Democratic Party? And the reason this question comes is because people are wondering if the friction that they suspect between yourself and Lee Mark Chang is something that can take the party in a downward fall, or is it something that is going to be overcome, or what's really taking place between you two?
I didn't at all thought that the Honorable Lee Mark Chang and I are in conflict. He's my friend. He is my colleague. He is my brother. He has done a lot of heavy lifting in the United Democratic Party, starting with the election when he put his name into the race for Mesop and won and delivered handsomely. He's also been very active on the ground in terms of the caretaker conventions that we had recently in 18 constituencies. He has lent of his time, but also his resources, allowing us to use the Euphrates, his building on Euphrates Avenue, where his office is located, as a sort of secretariat, since we were not allowed to use our UDP secretariat. I think what we saw on display yesterday is the indicative of the kind of democracy we embrace in the United Democratic Party. The Honorable Lee Mark Chan had his candidate for chair. I had my candidate for chair. And that is the democratic process. But I know there was some chat group. I understand that information was leaked from a chat group. That's the hurly-burly of politics. You're going to have that. But I don't think that is at all indicative of the relationship that I share with the Honorable Lee Mark Chang. I'm grateful for all that he has done and all that he will continue to do as a very prominent member of the UDP.
With all that you had to do to prepare for yesterday's convention, did you have any time to give to those persons in that chat group to try and quell whatever was bubbling up?
I was not even aware, to be honest. I was busy on the ground, trying to make sure that we could mobilize our supporters who wanted to come to the convention, dealing with logistics and just general preparedness for the convention itself. But I'm not sure why Lee Mark was provoked, but it happened. But it's not something we're going to dwell on. We have a lot of work ahead of us. We can only do that as a team, and it is my every intention to embrace the talent that we have in this party. Lee Mark's commitment to the party has been stellar, unshakable, unwavering, and I don't expect that to change at all. That certainly would not be my preference. And things will settle down. Things will, we have to focus not on the noise. We have to rise above the noise. We have to focus on the work at hand.
Right.
Most definitely.
And I know you said that during the week you'll have a press conference. Are we hoping that the press conference will happen at the Youth for the Future Drive?
Well, we don't know the state of affairs there. And so we have to make sure it is ready. If not, we will have it somewhere else. But indeed, we will move back the headquarters to the Youth for the Future Drive. It is the home of the United Democratic Party. And we want to make sure it is opened as quickly as possible and ready to receive our party faithful and all those who want to participate and engage with us.
And how is your relationship currently with the outgoing leader, the former leader, Ms. Abaro?
I haven't spoken to him. He left the country immediately after he gave his presentation yesterday. So I haven't had a chance to speak with him personally. But, I say he is the immediate past leader of the party. He will have a seat on our Central Executive Committee. And I certainly respect the office, and I respect whatever involvement or participation he would wish to contribute constructively to the rebuilding of the party.
Do you foresee in any kind of way that there could be a rift that he would bring into United Democratic Party, with his placement or there of lack of leadership fully as before in there? Do you foresee anything of that?
I can't say. I don't know what's in his mind and how he thinks. And I hope not, though. I hope that yesterday's robust showing of party support at the convention will signal to anyone who wants to create mischief that people are ready for us to unite, people are ready for us to rebuild, and people are ready for us to take over the governance of this country.
Most definitely, because I think when Jules was talking earlier about just the fact that they want to see that unity, the building back, the strongness of the opposition in full play. We know that municipal elections will not be until 2027. So would you say that's where you guys are working towards? Or what are some of the small short-term goals that you would say that you have envisioned for the party, right?
Well, certainly municipal elections are here. It's like 2027 is not that far away. We're at Christmas. It's a year away. So we certainly have to ready our municipalities to take on that race. It's going to be our first test, if you will, of the readiness of the party. But between now and then, we have to work in all 31 constituencies to make sure we have the infrastructure in place to support the rebuilding effort.
During Mrs. Esquivel's speech yesterday, she spoke about the importance of youth. How do you inject more youth into the party and to rebuild those teams for municipals going forward? A lot of people, they look at the UDP and they see what Mr. Vasquez has referred to as dinosaurs. Mr. Saldiva, Mr. Faba, these people who have been in for so long and who have brought disrepute to the party. How do you make it an inviting place for young people to say, I want to be a part of that?
Well, I don't consider the Honorable Patrick Faba a dinosaur. But let me say that at yesterday's convention, we did pass a motion, a formal motion on the need for youth empowerment and meaningful youth engagement in the party. It's one of the top 5 priorities I have. Constitutional reform being one, youth empowerment being one, the involvement of more women in leadership being the third. Certainly looking at the economic empowerment and creating a policy platform committee that will look at key issues, health, for example, education, the things that have the most impact on the masses. And so it's very much on the agenda. I think we have a young chairlady. I think she brings a new vibrancy and youthfulness to the team. And we try to balance that with the experience and maturity of a John Castillo, who hails from the South and has been completely committed to the party over a long period of time. And so it's a balance of both.
Right. I want to just piggyback off the fact that you mentioned about women in leadership too as well. And we understand because of, making the history, do people, or can we foresee or predict that maybe in the next coming year or so, there'll be a lot more, women injected into leadership roles in the UDP where people can see a lot more representation for women as well as youth, like you mentioned before. But I'm looking at the woman aspect too as well for people that are representing for, standard bearers and so forth.
Well, certainly we are encourage and promote the fact that we need to have a balance in terms of gender in the party. I see that the country cannot achieve its highest potential unless they have both women and men in equal portion in key leadership roles in this country. And that's not only political leadership, leadership in civil society, leadership in the private sector. We need more women to take on those roles. And I'm hoping now that serve in this position that younger women can see themselves in these roles and would have the kind of mentorship that they need to get more actively involved.
And so what would you say to persons that have this negative connotation that although you are, at the face, at the forefront, at the helm, but are saying or predicting or saying that you are going to be pulled or puppeted by the males that were in the back room too as well? What would you say towards that? How would you comment on that for persons that still feel that although we have a woman present, there's going to still be men, pulling strings, making the decisions too as well for it?
I look like a puppet to you?
I'm just saying.
Do I look like a puppet to you?
For the persons out there that
you're just a messenger, right?
I'm just a messenger because in the comments there were some people saying that regardless of having you there, there's still gonna be men, telling and dictating to you to tell you what to do, how to move, how to navigate.
So I will lean on the experience of my male colleagues. As we know, in both political mass parties in this country, it has been very patriarchal. Men have held the leadership roles, and I'm not trying to oust the men. We need a balance, and I certainly am open to listening to any input or advice. I listen well. I think consultation is important. I think hearing differing views are important. Ultimately, I hold the mantle, and I will ultimately be responsible for the decisions we take in this party. I'm no pushover. I wouldn't have gotten here if I was a pushover. I would not have gotten here if I was directable or controllable or all the, these terms that I hear out there. I am strong. I have a lot of integrity. I am capable of doing this job. I bring a certain level of competency to the job. I have grit, but I also have the softer side, love and compassion and grace that we need in the kind of Herculean effort we have before us to rebuild.
Right. So, and I've been hearing a lot more young women say that they want to be prime minister. They don't even say, I want to they want to be prime minister. Yes. I think I've heard it from the Miss Belize, Isabella. She has said it. And then when we had the Children's Parliament, the young lady, Kamira Kalis, I'm sorry if I got her name wrong, she was prime minister there, and she said she actually wants to sit in that seat. But a lot of people I don't think they know all that happens behind the scenes for you to climb that ladder. So what would you say to those persons in order to prepare them mentally to brace for all the attacks that they will receive?
You will receive, indeed. I think fundamentally, you have to have an unshakable belief in yourself, because there's a lot of noise. I call it noise. I try not to listen to it. A lot of people pushing and pulling and picking at you. And so, a lot of people said you can't, you should not, you don't belong. And once you fundamentally believe in who you are and what you bring to the table, none of the noise matters, because you're focused on the goal. And the goal is to be in a position where you can serve and you can hopefully contribute to nation building and be able to create a better quality of life for more people. And so it's just about believing in yourself, remaining steadfast. The two things that keep me grounded is my faith in God and my family. I could not do this without that. And, I have had a lot of people who continue to support the work that I'm doing. Our former second deputy leader, Ms. Bev Williams, she has been there with me every step of the way, every village, every town, every road trip. Even, you know, when her daughter was very sick and in the hospital, she took time out to support me, and that means a whole lot to me. And we have many people like that throughout this country, you know. And there are situations where you have to work on those relationships, but I'm prepared to do that. I recognize that in this job, you have to remain humble. And this job is all about service to others. And once you do that, I think you can navigate.
All right, so just as we start to wrap up, what are some of the topics that you all will be addressing in the upcoming press conference?
Well, we are going to look at some of the national issues for sure. Who dropped off a horse? We are going to look at some of the national, but really it is to outline what we intend to do in the next, 3-4 months as part of this rebuilding of the party. We want to be open and transparent with the people, with those who support us. We want them to know the tent is big. We have space for everyone. You're welcome. If your intention is to be constructive, certainly there's a space for you under the UDP tent. And really that's the goal. The goal is we need to regain the trust and the confidence of the people, and that's a big job.
It is. You have your work cut out for you, but like you mentioned before, you have a great support system, and of course, people have seen how long it took you to get to this place, but the endurance that you have to actually get to this place to set the standard of what leadership can be when you look at a woman. And so we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
In this endeavor, it's not an easy one, but we look forward to seeing change. We look forward to seeing unity, the building back, the placement of young people, of women, involvement too as well, the youth groups to be more active on these things. Because like I said, it's a lot, and it's not something that's going to obviously happen next month, next 2 months or so forth. It's a continuous process, but we look forward to that. And of course, always being able to have a chat to give the updates.
Thank you. Yes, and we look forward to a robust, opposition.
Yes.
I think everybody is waiting for that.
Looking for that, and looking also for just being able to really fight the causes and bring accountability and transparency. Because of course, as you know, that is what the opposition really is for. To bring that and allow there to be level playing fields when it comes to policies and decisions in the country too. So all the best and congratulations. Congratulations, Honorable Sheena Pitts too as well. And we'll be watching. And of course, the couch is always open.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
And with that, guys, we've come to the ending of the show as well as the segment. We're going to wish you a fantabulous Monday as you go off into your day. It's the 1st of December, the beginning of Christmas. We love it so much.
Is it the beginning of Christmas, technically November 20th?
You know what?
The day
I had
after
my Christmas
19th?
tree up from November 20th. So you know what? You're right. So we're here for it. Please make sure you stay tuned to all the exciting conversations. The press conference is going to be Wednesday.
Wednesday or Thursday.
Wednesday or Thursday. Okay.
Yes.
And of course, we're going to be there asking the questions, finding out all that's going to be taking place too as well with the United Democratic Party. But of course, sending you guys off, we thank our guests that came in. The Belize Coast Guard are having their Belize Coast Guard Week, their Best Warrior competition that starts Wednesday as well. Lennox Awardo, they're doing their Coffee Christmas starting December 14th at the Christmas Bram that they're having, as well as the music is being produced. And of course, we had the Honorable Tracy Panton talking about her vision, things that they want to work on, of course, and the upliftment of the UDP in Belize. So with that, guys, we'll take care. Bye.
Place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there red morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover how the world turns each day. When the sun comes up